Hey everybody, James here with Order Karma. I'm going to walk you through Amazon optimization that rocks. So first of all, we optimize our Amazon listings to increase sales and increase profits. We do this by increasing our reach, increasing conversions, reducing our advertising spend or our cost, and then increasing our organic sales. So first of all, reach. If you were to describe your product, you'd probably come up with 1 to 3 different ways of explaining what your product is. Well, Mom and Pa Jones out there, they might do it a little bit differently. So let's do this as an example. I'm going to type in kitchen table, right? And that's a great way of explaining your product. But look at all these different ways that Mom and Pa Jones type it in. Yeah, and chairs set for 2, a kitchen and table set, kitchen and table and chairs for 6, right? So there's all sorts of different ways that your customers describe your product. And so what you want to do is go where your customers are. We do that 2 ways. One is sponsored ads, pay-per-click, and the other is organic ranking. So let's talk about conversions. This is how we increase sales on Amazon. All right, so I'm going to do a real quick search here for kitchen table. And first off, you see the signature design Ashley, right? Looks like Ashley Furniture. And this is one category that you can run ads on and show up for Amazon, for buyers when they type in this kitchen table search term. If you scroll down just a little bit, this is a different kind of ad. This is called sponsored product ads, right? And so this one, let's see, tabletop epoxy is a sponsored ad, but it's really not that relevant, right? So kitchen table, it's kind of loosely related. So I wouldn't say that that's a very good sponsored ad, but it just shows you that you can get in the very first position by paying for it, all right? Pay-per-click. And then you've got this ad here. This is ranked number 1 for that keyword, meaning this product sells the most units based on this keyword. So when people type in kitchen table, they buy this product the most. And that's why it's ranked number 1. This was the second most, this Zionist Becky farmhouse dining table, and so on and so forth. The further we scroll down, we see more and more products in this the sales page or this listing page under kitchen table. And so the higher you are in your organic ranks, the higher you're going to get clicks or impressions and clicks. Now, to optimize your click-through rate, we're going to optimize your product listing and your title. All right, so the product listing, the main image of your product listing, and the title are the 2 things that convince a buyer to click on your product and find out more. And so we focus a lot of the title optimization to be the same search keywords that they're typing into the search bar. That way, if they type something into the search bar and they see the exact same thing in the product title, they're going to make this conclusion saying, yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. The same thing goes for the main image. If we're advertising blue barbecue gloves, then we should have an image of a blue barbecue glove there. If it's red or if it's yellow or if it's not for barbecue at all, it's welding, right? Then you're not going to have as high a click-through rate, right? Because people are like, oh, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So we optimize it that way. And then you go to clicks. That's when somebody actually clicks on your listing. And when somebody's on your listing, they kind of peruse through it a little bit, and then they either decide to sell or they decide to bounce. And if they do decide to buy it, then you get a sale, and that conversion for the number of people that click to the number of people that buy, that's called your conversion rate. We optimize this further by looking at, here, let's just go through it real quick. So you've got this kitchen table, right? You got a main image, it's a beautiful main image. And then you've got what the buyer will do at this point is they'll start going through the secondary images, right? And they're trying to find out if this is exactly what's good for them. So this kind of shows dimensions of how it looks from the side and how it looks from the front. This is in an actual house setup, right? So that's a lifestyle image. So we'll optimize these images to kind of solve the customer's problem, whatever their problem is. They're like, well, maybe it doesn't, we're worried about it fitting. Maybe it doesn't fit. And just seeing the profile of this, you're like, yeah, okay. And then seeing this image, you're like, yep, I think this is going to work, right? And if that didn't do it, then they're going to go over to these bullet points, which are going to optimize in their own words and solve that problem. So if a lot of people are concerned about space, let's say that's the number one thing they talk about, then this very first bullet point, we're going to say, space-saving design in the bullet points. And that way, people that are impulse buyers are going to go, yeah, space-saving design, the picture looks good, it's totally going to fit, buy now, right? They're going to go right over here and they're going to buy it. They'll probably drop down and look at the reviews and then come back up. But that's how we optimize this listing. We make sure we're putting the bullet points in here for the exact same things that they're looking for and in the words that they use to describe it. So now that you've gotten your product in front of people with sponsored ads and organic rank, you realize that you're having a lot of sales, and that's great, but then you're spending through the nose for the advertising on these sales. And so the next thing to do is to trim back your advertising cost and optimize it so that your advertising is profitable. And when you have profitable advertising, you can scale that indefinitely. So let's talk about ACoS. ACoS is simply your advertising cost divided by your revenue. So let's say you made $100 and you spent $12 to make that 100. Well, then your ACoS is 12%. 12% of your total revenue. That's how much you spent in order to make that sale. And so when we optimize this, we're just trying to reduce that $12 amount. We're trying to reduce it to 11, then 10, then 9, and down to 5. If we can get a 5% ACoS, that's great. So in order to optimize this, we do several things with the ad campaigns. We go through the keywords and we optimize those. And we do that by taking out words that are irrelevant and trimming search terms that aren't converting very well to sales, and then adjusting the bids up and down to get that ACoS dialed in. So you want as many impressions as possible with the ACoS in your target zone. We do that with the bid adjustments. And the other benefit you get with this campaign optimization is keyword expansion. So we find new keywords that we can throw in to our ad campaign and expand the reach, expand the impressions, and ultimately expand the sales. So finally, in order to get the most profit, the most bang for your buck, we're going to talk a little bit about organic sales. When you're ranked at the top, you don't actually have to spend money on ads in order to get that sale. And so a sale that comes with no advertising cost, one that's already ranked up there, is an organic sale. And those are the most profitable, obviously, because it's zero ad spend for a sale. So we get that ranked several ways. One is through sponsored ads. We'll do a specific push for a particular keyword to get it ranked up. Another way is through Google, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll use these tools, these advertising tools, to get in front of where your customers are so that they buy your product on that particular keyword, get yourself ranked, your listing all the way up to the top, and get those organic sales. So that's Amazon optimization, and it really works. It's pretty amazing to see a product that's been struggling. We do these minor tweaks and these adjustments, and all of a sudden it's profitable and it's growing. If you want to know more, reach out to us, orderkarma.com, or just send us a message on Upwork. Thanks.